You may be wondering why this episode number 11, is starting at bowl week. It's because after our game against South Florida in episode 10, I tried to record the following game, which was a Tulsa game, the last game of the season, unable to uh, post that one because that file entirely corrupted. And I had already advanced past that week. But in that game, we were able to come away with a win to end the season, bringing our win total to 8-4. In this episode, we got a lot to cover, starting with that Tulsa game where we won by more than three scores, and we got the offense going pretty early and often, putting 35 points up in the first half against this Tulsa defense who really wasn't able to get much going offensively. In that game, Kitna ended his senior campaign with 400 yards, four touchdowns on the day, with giving up only one sack. And so Javon Jackson also came away with a touchdown with 70 yards on the day. We had a couple of guys with some very big days. Corey Milner and Caleb Brown were able to come up with multiple touchdowns with a lot of yards, almost 200 apiece. We were really able to throw the ball very well against Tulsa, and I'm really upset that I couldn't get that recording out. But I want to go over a couple of things. First of all, starting with early National Signing Day. And so I hadn't done much recruiting any of the other videos, but in so far to end the season, before we go into the off season, we were able to come away with the 51st class in the nation here at early National Signing Day with a 4-star, 10 3-stars, and a 1-star player. First of all, we're going to talk about running back Darren Tabor from Arlington, Texas, who is a 4-star, and Zach Mixon, another 3-star athlete. I think they ended up turning out to be a quarterback that I really liked as far as for a quarterback for the future. And another guy that I want to show really quickly here is running back that I favorited, and that being Cordell LeCount, who was a gem out of Atlanta, Georgia, east to west playmaker, somebody I really wanted to go after. He has some really good speed at 91 speed, 88 acceleration, as you can see down there below as well. He's a gem with elite dev trait. So it's going to be really, really great to see, where exactly we can put him on the field, where he'll be best at. We know he'll develop well, so I can't wait to get him on campus. And just going back to Darren Tabor, who has star dev, 84 speed, 92 acceleration. So there with LeCount as well, we'll have to see what kind of direction we'll go in. And as far as running back, already having to replace two running backs on this season. And I also went out and got two receivers, one in Kyle Byler, an elusive route runner from Helena with 80 speed, 90 acceleration, decent catching at a 73 and an impact dev. And then we have Adonis Adai, who also has impact dev. We didn't fully scout him, but I did want another receiver. So, and I could see from scouting that he does have some pretty good speed. So, uh, a pretty good class so far, a pretty good season overall. I want to get into a couple of other things real quick before we get into the game. We weren't able to come away with any national honors. Byrum Brown, the quarterback that was featured in the last video, did go on to win Heisman amongst very many other awards. First team uh, of the nation as far as quarterbacks. He, you guys saw he's a phenomenal player, so I'm glad that he is moving on to the next level. But just in the American Conference, we were able to come away with the first teamer in Javon Jackson, and then Perry Fisher, who had a couple of interceptions, and AJ Brown, who was pretty decent for us all year. Both coming away with first team All American status. And so we had Morrison and Nigel Tate, Eli Ennis, who was my user for the majority of the season, and Sarah Bryant, who I really liked usering as well. A couple of seniors that are going to walk out of the door here of the UAB program, but able to get some conference, second team honors. So I'm very excited about that. And as far as freshman, Nate Rogers, who you saw featured in some of our goal line packages, Jalen Elder, who got a couple of catches very early in the season, but was redshirted. So Glad that he did get freshman All-American, even with the limited amount of games and stats that he had. Gabriel Klein, who was a big player for us at tight end, kind of had some good games, some bad games as well, pretty early on, but he was able to get freshman All-American. Jaden Lagone, our right tackle, a freshman who will be here for a little while, and I think that's about it. As far as season totals, Jalen Kitna able to come away with 3,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Javon Jackson able to come away with 850 yards and 14 touchdowns. Weren't able to get Isaiah Jacobs going just as much as I would have liked to, especially with his nice overall. But he had 300 yards and 5 touchdowns on the season. Corey Milner had 12 touchdowns on 900 yards in the season. Another very, very good player that I'm hoping to be able to bring back. I know we have a deal breaker on him, so I'm hoping that he doesn't try to transfer in the offseason. Uh, Iverson Hooks, a blooming player for us, a sophomore red shirt that had 600 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Caleb Brown, who could also come back. So we're looking to see about having this trio come back, especially with a good quarterback coming in. Actually, if we could have all four of our receivers come back, that would be great. So we'll see how that goes. And as far as defensively, sack wise, DeMarcus Smith led the team with 7.5. Nigel Tate having 7. Um, Interceptions wise, like I said, Perry Fisher, first team All American, 4 interceptions on the season, was really leading the way as far as getting turnovers. So, a really good season overall. 8 wins in the first season. We got a couple of job offers, nothing that I really wanted to go after. Georgia Tech, Houston, defense coordinator at Missouri, and head coach at Troy, which is just about the same thing. Some notable things last thing before we jump into the game is that the head coaching job for Alabama came available. Kalen DeBoer was fired, I guess, after a poor season. Some other jobs as well: Georgia Tech, Michigan State, Nebraska, jobs that came available. And so we'll look at the bracket for the college football playoff. And after that, we'll go ahead and jump into the Frisco Bowl, where we'll be featured against the Arizona Wildcats. And so, as you see, Michigan has the number 1 seed, Duke has the number 2 seed, Indiana has the 3, and Oklahoma has the 4. A field full of SEC teams, some really talented teams, no teams that we saw this season. Some teams, of course, that we like to compete with later on, in this dynasty. But as far as right now, like I said, we're facing the Arizona Wildcats in the Frisco Bowl today. So we'll go ahead and jump into this game and see if we can get our first bowl win for Coach Dave Senior. And a rainy day here in Frisco, Texas, as the Arizona Wildcats and the UAB Blazers will face off in the Frisco Bowl in the final game of the season for the seniors of this UAB Blazer team. Pretty decent team. Had potential to be better. We lost a couple winnable games. But now we're at this point in the season where none of that matters anymore except for this one game, winning a bowl game for the first time in a couple years, especially for this group of seniors. Taking some momentum into the offseason as we'll get Caleb Brown out in space on the first play of the game. And we're upwards now to the 24-yard line on the first play of the game there from a pass by Jalen Kitna. And that's exactly what I'm talking about there. Trying to take some momentum into the offseason, trying to attract the eyes of transfers, trying to attract the eyes of recruits as we'll get another pass over to Caleb Brown. This game is the most important of the season. More important than the Memphis game, more important than the BYU game, more important than the Tennessee game. We became bowl eligible after dropping a couple games there late in the season. We were able to bounce back, get a couple wins to end the season as well, as we'll dump it down to Corey Milner, who'll get it down to the 6. And now it all culminates to this spot. It comes down to just this one game, this one last chance, as we'll hand it off now to Jacobs, who'll go up the gut and get nothing. Bringing up a third down here on the first drive of the game for the Blazers. And with not much pressure here early, we'll drop it off to Jacobs, who's unable to come up with a catch there. And we'll, of course, go for it. being aggressive here on the first drive of the game. As we'll see about getting Corey Milner in motion and see about changing his route. And we'll get a snap here from Kitna. We'll see absolutely nothing there and is sacked and fumbles and is scooped up by the Wildcats defense. And now with a lot of space in front of him, the defensive lineman is going to take it all the way back for a Wildcats touchdown. And that's going to give the Wildcats a 7-0 lead here early in this game. The first time all season that I can truly remember, I think other than maybe the Navy game, that the Blazers have faced any type of weather. And it may or may not have played into Jalen Kitna there fumbling. And so now, the Blazer offense, trying to get their footing back under them, will hand it off to Javon Jackson, who will bounce off a guy but slip there. As you can see those puddles of water possibly tripping Javon Jackson up there. We'll hand it off to him again here on third down, and he'll scoot around, getting 10 plus, giving us a first down. Another opportunity to try and get some points, get some momentum back. I think we definitely have a chance here to leave our mark. As we'll dump it down to Corey Milner, who has a lot of space in front of him. Try to make a defender miss, unable to do so. And we'll rush now back to the line. Trying to catch this Wildcat defense off guard. We'll snap it here pretty quickly. Dump it off to Jacobs, who's unable to get outside and brought up for a short gain. And so after stops on first and second down, now bringing out the Blazer offense for a 3rd and 12. And a long way to go. Converging on the pocket is the Wildcats defense, and that's going to force the Blazers here to punt after having a lot of momentum to start the game. Finally putting the Blazer defense on the field for the first time, already down 7-0. The Blazers will have an uphill climb. We played so well in so many games there at the end of the season, scoring on the first drive. It was the first time in I think about 3 or 4 games that we hadn't scored on the first drive. And so now the defense, who has had a little bit of an up and down season, sometimes being great, sometimes being average, sometimes giving up a lot of points, sometimes giving up easy touchdowns. But I've seen flashes with this defense, and we'll continue to get better through the years. And so we'll want to play another good game here as we try to get the receiver in the backfield, but he's shooken out of his shoes. Bringing up a second down here, winding down the first quarter. And so they'll throw one deep here as Fisher is all over it, and he intercepts it. With a couple of people in front of him, he's unable to get past the receiver. And there's an injury on the play as well for Arizona, and that'll bring the Wildcats, the Blazer offense back on the field. Here with another opportunity, and we'll throw it to Hooks on the corner route, as we see the cornerback sitting all over that hitch route. And here on first down, with just a few seconds left in the first quarter, we'll fake a handoff here, use Kitna in his legs. So fresh into the second quarter, on 2nd and 7, we'll hand it off to Javon Jackson. Get 10 plus, get down to the 30, see about rushing back to the line, getting our receivers and our tight end Gabriel Klein lined up, and we'll snap the ball here. And I see Iverson Hooks, but it's intercepted as the defender just absolutely jumps right in front of where I wanted to throw the ball. Iverson Hooks, I wanted him to stay a little more vertical, but he bent in on that vertical. And so that'll bring the Wildcats offense back out with another opportunity here for them, as Baca is able to knock that away a really nice deep throw there. One that very well could have turned out a lot differently. Could have been a touchdown, could have been an interception. All the while, it'll be an incompletion as they'll dump it down underneath. Now bringing up a 3rd and 6 here for the Wildcats offense. With 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The quarterback is going to make some adjustments and throw it over the middle. And I'm able to come up with a tackle there, making it 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it here. And so we'll have to bow up and try to make a stop here, as they'll just hand it off. And I come up with a 2nd tackle there on 2 straight plays, bringing our offense back out on the field at the 45-yard line. Our 3rd drive of the game, hoping to finally get some points here, as we'll dump it again for the 3rd time to Jacobs, who has room in front of him, still unable to just have any breakaway speed. But we'll get us a 1st down. And we'll keep trying to chip away here at this Wildcat defense, as thus far, we haven't been able to break through and score. We had a very, very good chance there just a few short drives ago. And so now, continuing to try to find our footing in this game, we'll dump it down to Caleb Brown, who gets a catch. Our 8th 1st down of the game, but no points to this point in the game. As we'll line up here again, throw it again, out to Iverson Hooks, who's able to come up with the catch, getting us down now inside the goal line again to the 9-yard line. So now on the 9-yard line, 1st and goal with 3.5 minutes to go. We really have to see about punching it in, as we hand it off to Jackson. And he just about does that for us. And for a second there, my heart wanted to go with a quarterback sneak, but my mind thought about the BYU game and how we thought about quarterback sneaking there. Instead, we'll hand it off, direct snap, to Javon Jackson for a UAB Blazers touchdown to tie this game up with 3 minutes to go in the 2nd. No, there is no way that they just scored in one play, and I just had so many opportunities to make the tackle, but that's an Arizona Wildcat touchdown there in one play, making this lead now 14-7 after a very disappointing play there on 1st down. Just poor tackling by my own users, as now the Wildcats will kick it back off. As Kittner now will come back out on the offense on 1st and 10. We'll just try to throw it away, and that honestly was almost an interception. And I promise I've been very good about my reactions thus far in this series, but that would not have been my finest moment for sure, as we'll throw a pass now to Gabriel Klein and make it a 3rd and 7, creeping up to the 2-minute warning. And we're sending Jacobs in motion and throw it now to Gabriel Klein over the middle, who drops it and leaves us now with no choice on our own 30-yard line but to kick it back to the Wildcats. And I dare to say that the rain is an issue, or that, you know, we've had a lot of turnovers. I mean, everything that could go wrong thus far in this game has. And it's still just a 7-point game. And here out of the 2-minute warning, we still have all 3 timeouts. And if we are able to come up with a stop here, we still have a chance to go tie the game up before halftime. And so now under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter, with the Wildcats offense driving, they'll take a timeout here, reconsider their options, their aggression, see what they want to do here, see how they want to play this against the UAB defense. As they'll just dump it out and make it a short 2nd and 7 And we'll take a timeout of our own. And so on 2nd and 7, with 40 seconds left, the Wildcats once again look to see about lining up as an RPO and just dump it down to their receiver and take another short game, making it 3rd and 1. And we'll take our second timeout here. And we'll actually just try to send some heat. See if we can't drive them backwards. See if we can't force them to take a field goal here and try to see if we can get some points. Or just force a turnover. Or force them out of the pocket. Which did end up happening. He got a first down from it. And he won't lose the ball. But instead he'll get it down to the 6. And with the timeout remaining here in the half. And a chance to score with 20 seconds. The Wildcats offense now looking to see about going up 2 scores before the half and getting the ball back after half, which will make this climb here for the Blazers offense very difficult. But instead they'll use the rest of the time, go for a field goal here with 4 seconds left to go and possibly make it a 10-point game. Hopefully they'll miss it as he'll kick it, and it's up and down the middle. And so with 2 seconds left in the half, the Wildcats, who get the ball after half, I believe, now have a 10-point lead. And so here on 1st down and the first drive for the Wildcats, with a 10-point lead in driving, we're finally able to drive them backwards. We have to find a way to create a turnover or force a 3 and out here. And so that way that'll be able to get us our offense back on the field as they throw it backwards here to the running back. We're able to come up with a tackle behind the chains and make it 3rd and 11. And so now here with 4 minutes left to go, the quarterback making adjustments. And so he'll drop back and he'll throw another one deep as Fisher is absolutely beat for an Arizona Wildcats touchdown. An absolute bomb there. Right over Perry Fisher, which now stretches it to a 24-7 game, 17-point lead. And so now we're fighting to come back here in the second half. We'll have to find a way to try to score pretty quickly, as we don't have a lot of time. As McCray will break one finally in the last game of the season, looking to possibly go all the way, but knocked out at the 24. And that's exactly what it's going to take there. If we want any chance to win this game, plays like that here in the last game of the season is what it's going to take to help us win. As we'll try to dump it down here to Iverson Hooks, and it's knocked away by the defender there, playing a very good defensive zone. Able to get there just in time for the Jalen Kittner pass. And so we'll hand it off here to Javon Jackson, who will creep behind this offensive line, pick up 4. Make it in a 3rd and 6 here. And we can't afford to get 3. We have to have 7. We have to find a way to stay on the field. And so here with an RPO and absolutely nowhere to go, throwing another interception is Kittner. Right to the same defender who caught one before. We had absolutely nothing there. If we had handed it off, it would have been a loss. If we had kept it, it would have been a loss. I wanted to throw it just to give myself a chance, but so in the last game, having a pretty poor performance is Jalen Kittner and the UAB Blazers offense. And holding a 17-point now is the Arizona Wildcats, who, as I said before, just showing their dominance, being from the better conference, having the better players, being the better overall. We've done a lot we've tried very hard in this game and hurt ourselves just as much in our attempts to win this game. And so with time left, we'll just keep trying to chip away. We make a good play, and then we go backwards. We have a turnover. We have opportunities, just unable to connect on a lot of them today, as we weren't able to come up with the interception there. And so on 3rd and 8, we'll just try again here to get Arizona's offense off the field after last time we gave up a touchdown. And we finally are able to hit the quarterback and break up a pass. forcing them to finally punt after a long time in this game. This game isn't completely out of hand, but we have to find a way to score, especially given all these turnovers that we've had. Not really able to get the ball out the way that I want to, make the reads that I want to. And that's no excuse for some of the turnovers that I've had, but it's just been a pretty difficult game thus far. Like I said, we're not the bigger school here. We'll be able to compete with schools like this hopefully in the future, as we'll get Jalen Kitten out and dump it down to Javon Jackson, who has a lot of space in front of him, and gets down to the 30-yard line. And we'll rush back to the line here as Javon Jackson celebrates a little bit. And try to rush our guys back to the line, get a snap off here before the quarter break. And we are able to just do so. And I see Caleb Brown there one-on-one now. And he's able to beat a defender and go score a touchdown before the quarter's over, making it a 14-24 game. Waving there at the Arizona fans, telling them we are not going anywhere quite yet. Caleb Brown showing up in his last game as a in the last game of this season. Hopefully not his last game as a UAB Blazer. I hope I didn't just say something to influence anything. And so now, with the Wildcats offense back on the field after a score there by the Blazers in the fourth quarter, Fafita, the quarterback, will drop back right there where my user is, and they pull me away from the tight end. And so I'm not able to try to go for an interception there. And so now on 1st and 10 with 6.5 minutes to go, Fafita will hand it off here to his running back. We'll try to chop him down here for a 4-yard gain, as he'll get to the 50. But we've got to try to find a way to put some pressure on this Wildcats offense. Try to get them off balance, go backwards, make them give us the ball back here pretty quickly. As we'll stop the running back there cold in his tracks, make it 3rd and 7. And Fafita, the Wildcats offense will have a choice to make here as to whether they'll like to run or pass here and keep the clock going, as they'll drop back to pass. And it's thrown right over the middle, and I'm unable to come up with the interception or the stop. And the receiver picks up the first down, a very critical first down there in the game. A turnover there with a lot of green grass would have meant the possibility of a pick six in 4.5 minutes to go. And not even a tackle there, as he just bounces right off of my defender. And now with 4.5 minutes to go on a first down, we have to try to see about coming up with something here pretty quickly. Possibly a turnover or something of that sort to get us the ball back here late in the fourth quarter. Give us a chance, as we'll knock the running back backwards again. And hope to not have a tricky down here where something crazy happens, as a running back gets a highlight to one of his abilities, but he's tired, so I hope he gets the ball. And we're able to get another stop there, a critical stop on 3rd down, forcing Arizona to try to take a kick, which we're really hoping that they'll miss. And with only really 2.5 minutes left, we can't afford any more points, as now they'll make it a 14-27 game, officially holding it back to a 13-point game. We'll need 2 scores, a score, a stop, and a score to keep this game going. As McCray will take another kick. And the same magic from the play before, the last kickoff, unable to replicate that. Bringing the Blazer offense back out now. Trying to see about getting a quick strike or something of the sort, as we'll try to throw it up to McCray now. And unable to connect there on 1st and 10. And so on 2nd and 10 with 2.5 minutes left now in the ball game, we'll have to continue trying to throw the ball up as quickly as we can, as we'll throw it up to Iverson Hooks now and connect with him on a quick touchdown, now making it a very good chance, hopefully, pending a stop. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, pending a stop. With all 3 timeouts after 2 plays and 79 yards. The UAB Blazers have life in this game once again. there's so many plays in this game thus far that I'm sure these seniors wish they could take back. There's so many plays thus far on offense and defense that I know we wish we could take back. Some turnovers here. The first drive of the game, a scoop and score that would be the difference maker in this game. And now we have one chance here in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to try to get this Wildcat offense off the field once more. As now wants the prey, the predator, and the Blazers now hunting Wildcats and trying to come up with stops here to enable themselves as an injury timeout is forced there for the Wildcats. And so there without having to waste 2 timeouts on very critical first and second downs, we have 1 play left here on 3rd and 3. And it looks like they'll hand it off again, and Eli Ennis is able to come up with a stop. And with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the Frisco Bowl, the UAB Blazers have a chance to win the Frisco Bowl, sending Jalen Kitna and the Blazer offense out one last time, possibly in this season with 2 timeouts left in this game. And while we do have to work pretty quickly, we don't have to rush ourselves, as timeouts are at a good amount and first downs do stop the clock. And so we'll dump it down here on the first play to McCray, and he'll get out of bounds after a 7-yard gain. We'll of course want to be very careful here with our time, our adjustments, our protection, as Kitna surveying the field, making an adjustment to Jacobs' route. And we'll dump it right down to him and get the first down. And he has a good amount of space in front of him, and he'll get out of bounds up to the 45-yard line. And so after stopping the clock there with that catch, the Blazers looking to take their time now, handing it off to Jacobs once more. And he'll get almost closely to a first down. And so we'll rush back to the line and see about handing it off here once again to Jacobs, with a lot of blocking in front of him, but just unable to block the nose tackle. And now a 3rd and 1 here on this drive with the clock moving. Here closing on a minute to go in the fourth quarter. And we'll hand it off here to Javon Jackson to get the first down. And now with the clock stopped, we'll get back to the line. See about calling another play with the clock moving here. Jalen Kitna and the Blazer offense looking to see about putting some late season magic together here, as Jalen Kitna will step up. He has room in front of him. He's up to the 15-yard line, down at the 11-yard line with 46 seconds left to go in this game. And with the clock stopped once again, now on the 11-yard line, reminiscent of the first drive of the game, we have to find a way to put up points without a turnover, as we'll hand it off to Jacobs, who has room in front of him. And he'll reach out over the first down mark, but unable to come up with it. And so just a few inches short, and the clock going here for the Blazers with 20 seconds left on 2nd and inches. We'll let a little more clock go as they have 2 timeouts. And they'll hand it off to Jacobs here once again. And he will walk in for a touchdown to tie it up at 27 with 13 seconds left to go in the Frisco Bowl. A few minutes ago, this game was just about put away. This game was just about put away, as they'll try to ice the kicker and waste the timeout. But we have a really good senior kicker who on this PAT will put it right up and through and make it a 1-point lead here for the Blazers late with 13 seconds left in this game. And we'll look to kick it deep. We're not going to squib it. We're going to look to see about going back here and making a tackle, as we'll just bring them down to the ground with 10 seconds left to go and 1 timeout now here for the UAB Blazers. Looking to see about sneaking out here of Frisco, Texas, with a bowl win in their first season for Coach Dave Sena. And we'll back up quite a bit here and let them dump it down to the tight end. And so with just 3 seconds left now and nothing left to do but to throw it as far as he possibly can, the UAB Blazers looking to hold on for one more play as Royster drops as far back as he possibly can. And Fafita will drop back and throw it to the dirt. And the UAB Blazers, with an amazing fourth quarter comeback win, a 1 point win here in the Frisco Bowl, you could not have told me just a few minutes ago. I was quite dejected after the last interception for a touchdown that the UAB Blazers are going to be able to put together one of the most amazing comebacks that I have ever played through, I've ever been a part of, and I've ever recorded here on YouTube. And just a great fourth quarter game there for UAB. Although we give up a field goal to extend the lead there, just a couple of great plays by a lot of people. A really, really great touchdown there, on a hookup there pretty quickly from Jalen Kitna to Iverson Hooks to make it even a one-score game, after being down for so long at that point. Wow, what a really great game. That brings our win total now to 9-4 as we'll return to the menu and we'll keep the recording going so we can see ourselves awarded as we level up, and we'll have some coaching points to spend in the offseason, which is coming up in the next video. And there you have it. A single season record, first of all, is broken by Jalen Kitna for passing yards. And that is something that I didn't know that we were going to even be a part of or accomplish in this season. I hadn't even looked at. I'm so proud of Jalen Kitna for being part of my UAB Dynasty series. I'm glad we were able to set a single season passing record with him. And do something unprecedented, win a bowl game after a pretty poor season last season. This is just a really great time for the Blazers and Frisco Bowl winners. We came back and won 28-27 against the Arizona Wildcats, a really good team. This, like I said in the beginning of the game, this was a lot, for us to try to get the momentum going here before we get out of here and go to the off season. And this will allow us, for the first time as the UAB Blazers, we win the Frisco Bowl in our first season, bringing our win total again to 9-4. And we'll move on to next season with our heads held high, sending our seniors off the right way. And I'm so excited about what next season has to bring, what it can offer, and what's going to happen in the off season. This is my first off season that I'll experience on College Football 26. I know this is probably going to be a much longer episode than normal, but it's a bowl week, so I'm excited about this series as a whole. This is past 10 episodes, so this series means a lot to me so far, and I'm really, having a great time recording it. So I can't wait to put out more videos. I don't know when this video is going to drop, but I appreciate any support that I've gotten from episode 1 up to now. Frisco Bowl winners in season 1. We'll get season 2 here rolling here pretty soon. I appreciate all the support that I can get. Like, share, subscribe if you're new, comment down below. And until the next episode, I'm out.